Okay, people. So we have a new Shudder original, and yeah, it is. It's a good one, people. It's a good one. All right. So the film is called um "They Live in the Grey." Mine went a little blank for a second there. Yeah, "They Live in the Grey," and it is written and directed by the Vang brothers, Abel and Burlee Vang. Okay, so it is produced by the brothers and Stephen Stanley. David Williams handles the music. The cinematography was Jimmy Jong Lu. It is edited by Cole Duran. Casting is Viz. Mary Vang handles the production design. Art direction is Michaela De Rosa. Um, Costume design is Lee Zhong. Makeup um, is Alicia L. Bagoraz, Emma Croft, Melissa Jimenez Ramirez, Kate Klein, and Claire Magnus. And sound direction is Daniel Aterio Estevez. So the gist of the film is it is this. So while investigating a child abuse case, a young social worker named Claire discovers that a supernatural entity is tormenting the family. To save the parents from losing custody of their child, she must confront her fears and use her clairvoyance to stop the malevolent force. Yeah, I just remembered I haven't told you who's in it. Okay, so Claire is she is played by Michelle Krusiec. Um, we then have her husband, who we don't get a name, I don't believe. He's played by Ken Kirby. Um, we have, yeah, I think that is right. Yes, then the family, who is Arthur, is played by Bernard Bullen, and his wife Jane is played by Audrey Moore, and their daughter Sophie is played by Madeline Grace. Um, who else do we have? There's yeah, there's not a load of, I mean, we see other people in the thing, but yeah, I kind of feel um they're our main characters. I feel, yeah, yeah, I think that's it. Uh, so right, that's just, and this film, fuck, it is. It's a tough one. It's a tough one because it's dark as fuck. And not so much because it's like gore and everything. It's dealing with a lot of fucking sorrow, right? It is dealing with sorrow. Like, we jump out the gate with you know what I mean, Shorty doing a gallows dance. You feel me? You're just like, what? You know what I mean? Like, we hear noises and then you see, and you're just like, oh, I was not ready for that. Okay. And obviously, right? You yeah. Anyway, so we open up with that, right? And then it's just the tears and just everything. But we don't fully know what's going on, right? So we have this, but then we see her with a guy, and you're like, oh, must be her husband. and they're talking, about, oh, what should we call our kid? And they're doing all of this, and we see all of this, and we're going between them and then with her on her own, right? Sitting at work in the car and all of this. And I think it's not explicit, right? That we're jumping around a timeline, but I felt it was obvious what was going on. As we go further into the film, it becomes a lot clearer. But I feel it's clear from the giddy. But we're then seeing this family, this other family with, their kid and the two of them, and you're trying to work out what's going on because, as I said, look, she's a social worker, right? So obviously there's issues with the family, right? The kid's got bruises, but it's like, I mean, as a kid, I fell over so much, right? I bruise so easy. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Just dirty bruises just everywhere. And that, I think that can happen. You know what I mean? So you're hearing these stories of what's going on, and you're like, what is going on? Right? What is true? What isn't true? And then we're also realizing that some dark shit has happened to Claire, but you're trying to work out what it is. You know what I mean? What exactly happens? And we see some things and you think, oh, did this happen? But then you find, okay, so no, obviously that couldn't have happened. Well, what went down? What went down? And you're just trying to piece things together and work out, what are the ties that bind? You know what I mean? Because yeah, like you can see that she's going through some shit. And so I think you think, oh, is this the film? Right. And it's not like you're not enjoying the film, but you're just like, okay, so is it a film where you're just dealing with trauma? That's the horror of it. Nah. Shit then suddenly changes, right? And I think the thing about it, right? The thing that is just like, yo, what the fuck? Is because when you think about certain films, right? The stuff like oh gosh, what am I thinking? Like The Thing, the first Alien film, and I've used those references before, but they're good because we don't see the alien, we don't see the monster clearly. And it's very quick. It's quick, bum, bum, bum. And that's what happens here. The crazy that goes down is very quick. Right? So you're just like, wait, what? What just happened? Wait, what? And it's like fast on you. And it's not like bad editing or anything, but it's like they're playing with the perspective, right? So the character looking and then like turning and be like, "Yo, what's going on? What? God!" And it really, oh shit, really fucks with you, man. It is crazy because you don't know, like, and everything's kind of random. Isn't the word? It's just unpredict. That's the word. Unpredictable. It's very unpredictable when shit's gonna happen. So you are just, oh, it catches you every time. I mean, it caught me every time, right? And it was great. It was great. So, like, essentially, what we have here is this journey, right? It is dealing with trauma. It's trying to find a way out, right? Acceptance, forgiveness. These are the things running through the film. Right. And yeah, like just moving on. And it is funny where some of the advice comes from. Especially when you're watching it and you're just like, oh, although I do kind of feel I figured that one bit out, right? I was like, ooh, I bet, I bet. But it didn't matter because it was still very good. It was still very good. And yeah, like the way it ends and everything is just people. People. Like, how many times I have to tell you, you need to get yourself that Shudder subscription if you don't have it, because boy, this is another stellar joint on Shudder, people. I mean, I don't really know if the title. I don't. I mean, I suppose they live in the gray. The gray is the twilight. You know what I mean? The in between. Eh, I don't think it's the best title, but acting wise, yo, there is a scene with the husband towards the end, and the emotion that he shows. Whew, jeez. And again, the the woman Claire, right? Michelle Krusiec, she has to really, really give you so much because it's so tense and there is so much just turmoil, 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 turmoil. Yeah, that's the word. There's so much, and she kills it. Kills it. The little girl Sophie, great. Man, people really show up acting wise. Great direction, really good angles, camera angles, the lighting. It is all on point, people. So get yourself some Shudder and check out They Live in the Grey.